Hey, it's been a bit since I've done a morning musing. Um, every other week I don't have a commute, so it takes a little more forethought on my part to be prepared to do this sort of thing. But here we are, morning commute again. And let me see. I'm thinking about goals again, but kind of more defined goals. So a few weeks ago, I talked about goals and visualizing where you want to be in 5 or 10 years or whatever, and visualizing like who you need to be in order to have that happen, and things that you need to accomplish, and then looking at yourself like, what if I just went forward 10 years and didn't make those changes? What would things look like? And using that as an identification, like pain point to promote change. But this time, I'm thinking about more defined goals, but again, like 5 year span. So I was thinking about it, and I don't have any good defined, like written down, this is what I want to achieve in 5 years, or this is what I want to achieve in 10 years. And I think that's a bit of a problem now that I see it. I'm like, oh man, what am I doing? Because without some sort of, like, I'll say like North Star, how do you know where you're going or whether you're making progress and things like that? Kind of the idea. There's that famous quote by the Cheshire, I don't know how you pronounce that, Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, where the cat asks Alice, where are you going? And she's like, I don't know where I'm going. And he says, well, it doesn't really matter which path you take in that case. And I don't want to be in a state where it doesn't matter what choice I make, because I am not working toward anything. So whichever way I choose is going to get me there equally fast, because I'm not going anywhere to find. So I'm going to be focusing in on more defined long-term goals, the things that I am working toward, and then working back from that, identifying what things I need to work on every day to achieve those goals. And with that, I think, talked before about how people feel fulfillment, and that's through progress. I think this is going to help with that as well. But it's just going to be comforting to me to be like, oh, I know where I'm going, rather than just going through life wherever it takes me. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I need to work through what those goals are going to be. I think this is another good thing. You can use ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever, an AI tool to help kind of flesh out these goals. Because this is something that we're, as people in general, I don't think we're used to doing. And so having a little guidance for how to make the goals that we have into SMART goals. So SMART, what was the acronym? It's a common acronym. I'm spacing what the S is. Measurable, actionable. Man, I forgot what the S and the T are. Maybe I'll have to ask ChatGPT about that too. Anyway, I am going to be defining for myself goals and making sure that I am working towards those. That's going to keep me more focused and, progressing. Because that's something that I know people need, and I think a lot of people kind of like flounder a little bit in life these days, but I don't want to do that. And I'm kind of building myself tools and systems to get around that. Uh, anyway, that will be my music for today. Just setting defined goals for the future and working towards those, because without knowing where you're going, it doesn't matter what choices you make, because all of them are equally helping you toward your goals. So I want to be deliberate with that. I don't like it when I'm just going along, not knowing what's going on. I need to be deliberate. That's like one of my values. Is when I make a choice, it's because there's a reason to choose that, not just because something happened. Another term for that is acting, not being acted upon. So I want to act. I don't want situations or life or people to act on me or force me to act. Anyway, want to be deliberate. Yep. So that'll be it for today.